Those trees or those parks will be closed through tomorrow at a minimum, and they include the following: Fairmont Park, Jordan Park, Liberty, Sunnyside, Pioneer Park, Riverside, Rosewood, Cottonwood, Warm Springs, Lindsay Gardens, Washington Square Park, City Creek Canyon, and the Salt Lake City Cemetery. With the storm expected to continue through the night, we are opening an emergency shelter space to help people who are experiencing homelessness in Salt Lake City be safe overnight. The Sorensen Unity Center will be opening in about 30 minutes at 3 p.m. and we plan to keep it open overnight until 7 a.m. tomorrow as an emergency shelter. This space, like so many in the city right now, does not have power currently, but it can accommodate about 40 people for sleeping, and there will be cots or mats for overnight. There will be dinner and breakfast provided for people. Thank you to our nonprofit partners with Nourish to Flourish for providing that. And city volunteers, perhaps with other community partners, will be driving through the city using city vehicles and other partner vehicles to transport people from where they are to Sorensen Unity Center if they'd like to come. That staffing will be at the Sorensen Unity Center volunteer. As I said, from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. we'll be working to get staffing there as we open at 3 p.m. And that space at Sorensen Unity Center is in addition to the Christ United Methodist Church, which is at 2375 East and 3300 South. They have room for 30 people overnight. The Wiegand Center is also available as a space during the day to get out of the storm. I want to talk about the trees themselves. We have anticipated at least hundreds, if not more than 1,000 trees that have been downed at this point or badly damaged. For residents who have trees down, know that city forestry right now is going through and they're doing sweeps of the streets. We need to be able to open up our infrastructure. They're working right now with just those most urgent road blockage trees. There are some trees that have fallen onto vehicles and they're working to remove those. We are not yet prepared for people to haul branches or debris out into the roads for pickup yet. We will let you know. We will work through the media and push out that information as soon as it becomes available when we have the capacity to process all of the other trees that have come down. Residents or businesses can report those fallen trees on the Salt Lake City mobile app or through a new damage assessment form that the county's helped us create, and it's live right now on the front page of slc.gov. So residents and businesses, please let us know where those trees are that are down. We have to also make sure that those trees that are down in the public right of way are not blocking fire hydrants or our storm drains, although we aren't anticipating a large amount of rain. Regarding power, we know Rocky Mountain Power is hard at work right now throughout the city, but this is an extended outage and residents might anticipate not having power until tomorrow at the earliest. It really depends on how the storm goes overnight. If your power is out, please report it to Rocky Mountain Power. This helps them to know the scope of the issue, which we understand they're still getting their arms around. If there is a downed power line on your property, do not even go close to it. Assume that it is a live wire and it is very dangerous. You can call Rocky Mountain Power to report outages or downed lines at 877-508-5088, or you can report outages by texting OUT to 759677. With the weather reports indicating that the winds may continue overnight, there's still a significant risk to life and property, and residents are encouraged to stay vigilant, stay home as much as possible, and please stay off the streets as much as you can. This is not a time to go out and assess the damage and check things out in your local park. Please give the power providers and our city crews the space that they need and keep yourself safe. And we'll keep you in the loop as our information evolves and becomes more available. I have time to take a couple of questions if there are any.
Hi, this is Laura from KRCL 90.9. Can you hear us?
Laura, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Yes, I am talking. Not sure why. Okay. So here's my question. The quick email said updating emergency status. I take it that's updating from the pandemic emergency status, or was there previous information sent out? I'm just curious about any info we may have missed.
This is a new emergency declaration that I signed today. We are working as though this will be FEMA eligible. We don't know yet. We need to operate so as to be eligible for those reimbursement dollars if they do become available.
Has that been posted on your newsroom or anything like that yet?
Yes. Or it is right now.
I was going to say, because I haven't seen it.
People are nodding at me.
Any handle on injuries, casualties, et cetera?
No, I know that our 911 has been working extraordinary amounts of call volume right now, and throughout the day. I don't have any reports for you right now on hopefully not any casualties or any injuries from the storm. We'll try to get back with you at our next update on that.
Mayor, this is Ross Terrell from KUER. Was there any outreach provided to people who were unsheltered ahead of the storm since forecasts kind of showed it moving in? What was done last night and leading into today?
Salt Lake City has been operating a on-street outreach program with Volunteers of America over the last 18 or 20 months or so. I haven't had personal conversations just yet with our VOA team, but I know David Litback on behalf of the city and Michelle Hoon, who run those relationships and homeless service conversations, are in touch with those folks. And we'd be happy to get back with you at our next update on what the service provider outreach has been in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, and I know it's early and the trees are obviously down. Is there any early reports of damage to buildings or an estimate of how much that may cost?
No, none yet.
Mayor, has Salt Lake City ever seen anything like this that you can remember?
No, not in a sustained way like this. I've asked the University of Utah atmospheric sciences folks to let us know the last time we experienced something along these lines. Certainly the storm in the springtime of 2018 comes to mind when we had extraordinarily heavy snow, and it did damage about 1,000 trees throughout the city. But that wasn't under these kind of persistent circumstances. Tornado was, Laura's asking, was it 1999? I think. Our urban forester has remarked that these are tornado circumstances, but instead of it being in the path of a tornado, it is everywhere throughout the city. So tornado-like situation, the destruction isn't over, and we're concerned that the winds that we've been enduring since very early this morning that have loosened some trees that haven't yet come undone could be impacted with the increase in the winds that's projected for later this evening, which is part of the reason that we've closed so many of the parks that have extensive damage. Anything else? Be safe, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.